building, claiming the block. That's gonna probably claim my children. Dear Philadelphia, this is how I'm feeling. Dear Philadelphia.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Everything Philly Podcast, your platform for information and entertainment, as well as hitting some hard topics. I'm Sharice.
Lil Rob.
And today we have a special guest, Rob the Gov.
How
Welcome.
Well, thank you. How y'all
Rob the
doing?
Gov. Rob the Gov from where?
Rob the girl from Somerville, Germantown area. Germantown or the Somerville area, top side.
So when people don't ask you your name and everything, and they ask you where you from, what you say?
Somerville.
And you never get no flack over that.
Nah.
So you said you watched the episode with Dwight on there, and we was calling ourselves Wadsworth. So I caught flack over that because I said Rob from Wadsworth. They say, no, you from Uptown. So Somerville Uptown.
They say anything above Logan is uptown, but when everything is broken down into your specific areas, that's what you represent.
So that's what normally come up, Somerville, right?
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with it. It's nothing from you from being from Wadsworth.
Caught. EA sent me something about that too. He sent me a comment on that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he stays saying Somerville or whatever.
Yeah.
But he was like, Wadsworth is uptown. You can't separate the two.
Well, I don't see why not, because it's broken down in many parts up here. You got Wadsworth, you got Wessel Lane, you got Ogons, which is considered all uptown. Then what is that? Vernon Road.
Everywhere, every block, every block is represented.
Yeah. So
yeah,
it's like the part of Germantown. Germantown is broken down in so many different areas. You got Brickyard, Haynes Street, Somerville. Somerville has 6 parts to it. It's top side, south side, west side, east side, homicide, bottom side.
You said homicide?
Yes.
Oh, wait. I got another major point I got to bring into this. How the hell did you get the Uptown Award for Wadsworth?
Wadsworth Finest.
Wadsworth Finest.
How
did you get that?
I have the slightest idea. You know, I was supposed to came to the gala, but I had something. You know, I'm always booked. I'm always helping people, and I couldn't make the gala for her. And that's when she was supposed to surprise me. Then she texted me one night and said she forgot to mention this. And it's this part because I help everybody out. You know,
Who's she?
Kim Lewis.
Okay.
She presented it to me. When she calls me for different things, and anybody, it don't matter what part of the neighborhood you're in, you call me for my help, I'm gonna be there. So I think that's why she blessed me with that.
No, it ain't a problem with it, because you definitely there. Somebody calling on you, you definitely there to support. But Wadsworth Finest, like, is a lot of people up here that she has stepped over and gave that to you. Like, that's the part I didn't understand. You're from Somerville. This is Wadsworth. Why she ain't look at nobody in Wadsworth? That's your girl, that's your side chick, ain't it?
OMG.
You giving her that Woody.
I have the slightest idea why she blessed me with that award.
Listen, I take that as disrespect, not to you, but to her, to go to Somerville to give a Somerville brother Wadsworth Finest. Like, it don't got nothing to do. You're a good dude, like, all the way. But come on, Kim. Like, you lost some cool points with that one with everybody. Trust me.
Well, I did hear about people had some issues with it, and I heard a couple of people who didn't have issues with it. To me, to each his own. I don't know why she did it. I had no idea I was getting it again.
You was getting that again?
I had no idea.
That's what you just said. I'm just repeating what you said.
I had no idea that she was going to bless me with this award.
It's okay. We all got secrets. But listen, since I came home, like, you've been around. You get around. You do your due, and I give you props for that. Like, and the last time I talked to you, I ain't even talked to you. Last time you came to Sharice's program, you mentioned a lot about your past, and that was all new to me. And I was like, damn, that brother came up. Like, that's good spirits. That's a lot of balls.
Yeah.
Like people fails to that. So can you give us your story?
Sure. Like, one thing about me, I never shy away from where God has brought me from. I was strung out on drugs. Let's start like I was a drug dealer. Then I started using my own supply. And once I started doing that, it just took me completely under to where I lost everything, like family, friends ain't want to be around me. My self respect, my self dignity. I didn't have nothing. I was homeless, winding up on the streets, eating out of trash cans, staying down 30th Street Station, sleeping on a bench down there. Um, it was just took me completely under where I was just lost. I was just serving the devil constantly, every day, all day long.
Okay, can we slow down a little because I take trips down to Kensington, Badlands, and stuff like that. And I see people, and because I never used drugs before, I'm sitting in my mind frame. It's like, how do this happen? So, can you tell me the transition from selling drugs to using drugs to letting yourself completely go? Because most drug dealers, they become drug dealers because the identity, the power that comes
Right.
along with it. So when you get to that point and you got that stature in life where as though people look at you like, oh yeah, so and so and so and so, that makes you feel like you're king of the world, whatever. How do it feel to go on the flip side? Like, what actually happens to make you say "f the world"?
Well, basically, when you go on the flip side, it's just horrible. It's like once you don't have no connection with God at all, I have to express that because when you start using, it's like you putting all types of other spirits inside of you besides the spirit of God. So the spirit of God no longer exists in your spirit because you're putting all these drugs in you, you're putting all these type of spirits going in you, and it just gives you that mindset of you don't have a care in the world. You know, Nothing else matters. You know, Little parts of you say, okay, yeah, I'm gonna try to get myself together. But when you're not doing it the right way, it's gonna be a part of you just gonna just keep going and chasing that drug.
If you don't mind me asking you, what was the drug of choice?
I don't mind at all. My drug of choice was crack cocaine, powder, and alcohol.
And because I was on the streets at one time, I never considered myself a drug dealer for some reason. I don't know why. I think I didn't want to belittle myself in my own mind frame. Like, damn, bro, you ain't got to be a drug dealer. You're just trying to make ends meet. But that was all a lie. I mean, that was in my last episode telling them stories, but
Right.
it was all a lie. So what I used to hear from a lot of people, because not I used to, I still do love to talk. I still
Hmm.
do like to take in information. And a lot of people that was on crack at the time was telling me it's chasing that first high.
That's what it is. When you take that first hit, it's something that you would never thought you could experience in life. So now you want to get it again. Then you start chasing it. You start chasing it, but you never get it.
What's that feeling though? What's that
That
feeling?
feeling is just like I'm on top of the world. You take that, it's like you floating. Um, it's like you floating, like you somebody else. And nothing bothered you.
So, sorry. Go
Go ahead.
ahead. My question is, so this month is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I'm just trying to figure out like what was a moment that you decided to try it? Were you stressed out? Did you experience some kind of trauma? What made you take, like, especially if you were a drug dealer, what was that moment that you decided I'm gonna try this or I'm gonna do this?
Watching somebody do it. I watched somebody do it and I seen all that cloud of smoke. And I was like, wow. It's like, when I used to smoke weed, I used to see the smoke of the weed. People put it up their nose. I used to try that. But then when I seen someone take a hit in the bowl and I seen all that smoke, I was like, wow. And I didn't think it would affect me the way it affect everyone else. So I thought I had enough strength to take a hit and be okay with it.
That's funny you say that because I remember in my days, I used to look at it as like, and I seen some good, powerful people fall to that. Like, actually fall to it. They stayed in the closet for a little bit and they still did what they did, still kept themselves up, but all of a sudden the best got them. The best got to them and they just let it all go. And I was like, damn, I thought that was a strong minded brother. Like that was the rock at that time.
Yeah.
And I said to somebody, I said, I'm willing to bet you that I could smoke a whole ounce and still be okay. And the brother that I said it to was such a good brother to me. He was like, I wouldn't even let you try it.
Right. And that was definitely a good brother because that first one is going to have you chasing more and more and more. Like you can sit there with 10 bags, but you still wish you had 1,000 because you know you will run out.
Mhm.
That drug, that crack, cocaine, it was very powerful. Like I said, it took me under. And then I looked at some of it, some of it was karma. Because I was selling to people and I watching them fall and selling me their stuff. And then I wound up doing the same thing.
What put you on the road to recovery? What was it like? That's it. I'm done.
Well, I'll never forget that, man. That was the blessing of my life. Uh, December the 24th, I was still getting high and went to climb over this fence and I fell. Um, had to go to the hospital. I split my finger and messed the side of my face up.
I gotta throw
And
this in there because it's just me. I don't know what's wrong
okay,
with me, but
yeah.
that had to be a long fall because you only like this high right now.
Go
So
ahead.
Well, you ain't that much taller than me. So imagine, you ain't that much taller than me.
I'm sorry.
Nah, that's good, man. I do not like to have them type of spirits around me,
Right, right.
just having fun. Like I can talk about my addiction and being clean and laugh about it at the same time.
And
But
the thing is, I'm not laughing at that because, like I said, I applaud you. I
yeah,
applaud. There's a lot of good people out here that came from that bottom, and everybody be like, "Man, you can't do it. You're gonna be a crackhead all your life or whatever." And for people to come out and become something from that trip, from that journey,
listen,
is a testimony to a lot of other people. Like you can do it. Don't think that it's addiction that it just because it takes over you for that moment that you can't get your life back and you're gonna be judged from that. Like the people that do judge you is because they're in a bad place.
exactly. Listen, December the 24th, 2 p.m. I walked out of St. Joe's Hospital and walked to this program called Everything Must Change, which was at 1611 Poplar Street. And the crazy part about it, let me tell you how crazy this is. The guy named Darrell Robinson who owned it, he was also on the construction company. And I was working for him about 2 years ago, 2 years prior to that. And the same house that I went to was the same house I painted 2 years before that.
Mm.
And I knew it was a recovery house around there. And I heard this little voice say, listen, enough is enough. I turned around because in my mind, I got stitched up.
Mhm.
Now I'm going back to finish getting high. That was in my mind, literally. And then as I was walking across Gerard Avenue, just heard that voice said, enough is enough. Turn around and get help. I turned back around, knocked on the door, and when I went inside of this program, it, that house held 34 people. 32 of the guys was from Baltimore. Another guy was from Jersey. And for a minute, couple of days, I want to say 7 days, I cried every day. Because every time they give me some food, I was just being grateful. And then the guys in there kept telling me, oh, you ain't going to make it. And I said, why you say that? He said, how you going to get clean in your same neighborhood that you from? I said, I'm done. I said, I can feel it. I turned my life over to God and I'm letting him take it. Oh, this was like an everyday thing. It was like I was being tested every day. And it was like, well, you ain't going to make it. You ain't going to make it. And as somebody said that to me, and I don't look on nobody's downfall. I can't say what happened to them, but I know they disappeared. They'd go out, they didn't come back. They'd go out, they didn't come back. So as I looked around, the ones that kept telling me I wasn't going to make it, I looked up, they was gone. And I just kept on going and going. I kept on my prayers.
Right.
I never looked at nobody's downfall. Again, when they left, I never knew what happened to them. But my mind was like, God just removed them from me. Might have sent them somewhere else.
Could that been like your strength at the same time to prove them wrong that you was going to make it?
That was part of my strength. Because, I was not going to let nobody tell me what I can't do.
Right.
You ain't going to tell me I can't do it. You know that. I know I can. Especially when I got a powerful man behind me doing it. Helping me.
Like that. I think that's a thing that a lot of people don't encourage. We don't encourage ourselves. Like we always pushing us to fall. Like I want to be one step above you, so I can look down on you. I ain't gotta look at the misery in my life. I can look at the misery in your life, and
Mm-hmm.
that's good enough for me.
And that's the crazy part about, like, in the process of recovery. Like, I was also wound up being um like assistant director of the program. I was teaching groups, and I was watching people come in, and I was watching how they were succeeding. And the only thing I could do is congratulate them. Like somebody may have less time than me to wind up getting this great job, and I'm still making this little bit of money, but at the same time, I was just happy for them.
Right.
And I kept telling them, listen, don't let the job take you under. Remember, stay focused. And like they would ask me, how do you stay clean? How did you get clean and stay clean all this time? Rob, I did everything that's possible to build my spirit. I went to Jumar classes. I went to Bible study, and I went to church. And the reason I was allowed to go to Jumar classes is because the program itself had Islamic classes.
Right.
And I used to ask the imam, because he was in recovery. Now, we used to ask the teacher, like, yo, can I just sit in the back? I'm not going to disturb y'all. I just want to get my spirit filled.
Right.
Until I can find out which direction I really want to go into. And, I'm a Christian, but I got all my strength from both sides.
I'm familiar with that. Very familiar with that. So as you becoming whole again, did you hold any bitterness in your heart for the people that you thought was your family and friends, loved ones, as you was falling, they
Mm,
stomped over you?
No, I couldn't, because as I got cleaner, as I got my spirit felt and started seeing things clearly, I couldn't hold nothing against them because I was hurting them.
Right.
See, the whole time I'm thinking it's about me. I was hurting them the whole time.
Right.
And one of the things that hurts me the most is that my mom didn't get a chance to see me in this state of mind. My father didn't get a chance to see me in this state of mind. And then, like, I think I had about a year and a half or 2 years clean. My brother died, so he didn't get a chance to see me. So it's one of the things that I regret, and it hurts. So I didn't hold no bitterness against nobody.
But but you believe in the higher power, so you can't say that they didn't see you get a chance. Because if you really believe in it, like you say you do, then they always watching over you.
Well, yeah, when I say that, I mean in a physical
Because
sense.
I
In
understand
a
that.
physical sense, to, like, just to see the man that I am today. I know
Yeah,
they see me, but just to be here with me.
I mean to show their approval and the whole 9 yards.
Yeah,
But I get that. But I'm still saying that I heard you use the word regret, and that's what it made me say something on there because
right.
the things that I've been through in my life, I don't regret anything because it actually made me into the man I am today. If
Yeah,
it wasn't for my downfall, then I would still be running around ignorant, blind, making the same mistakes over and over again. It took that downfall for me to open my eyes and sit here and say, "What is you doing?" Like
right,
really, like you messed up a lot of things, and you might even mess up people's life, but you can't let that guilt and that whatever it is hold you back because you got it now. You got to use it as a stepping stone to keep growing, to move on to the next level. And just because you may think that you disappointed somebody, that can't control your destiny.
Exactly. And when I say regret, let me rephrase it a little bit. When I first got into recovery, that's the part I was like now I don't regret anything.
Right.
Right now, right now, 14 years and roughly 5 months clean. After my third or fourth year, I lost my regret because I know that the man upstairs created my whole destiny. And to where I'm at today is what what I went through in the past built me to be the man that I am today.
That's the blessing.
That's it.
That's the blessing. If you
Yeah.
can look back and look at all the people that we lost through the years, like we might have took a fall, but they took a fall for life.
Yes.
No coming back. No recovery.
And I told somebody, I said, God, what they did was took this nobody when I was on the drugs. 'Cause at the time, I felt like I was a nobody. He turned me into a somebody in front of everybody.
Right. I like that.
And somebody said, why you call yourself a nobody? I said, because when you're on drugs, you don't think you're worth anything. Then people will talk to you like you're not nothing.
Right.
I experienced that. So when he took and built me in front of everybody and turned me into a somebody, I was always a somebody.
Right.
But revised that somebody in front of everybody, that's a great feeling, man.
New life.
Yes. And just watching different things he's allowed me to accomplish. First and foremost, building that relationship with my family, with my kids and my grands. I was able to get clean in time. I think I had 5 years when I walked my oldest daughter down the aisle. I was able to show up for my youngest graduation. Middle child prom and graduation. So I was able to make these things once I got clean.
Right. Story to tell, bro.
Yeah.
So now that you where you at right now, like, what is your ultimate purpose in life?
Just to be a help to people. Like if I can touch somebody, I don't care if it's one person. If I can touch them each day, my day is complete. My ultimate goal is just to continue to be a blessing to anybody that I can.
It's kind of quiet.
No, I'm listening. I'm encouraged and inspired because a lot of people don't. It sounds like you did it all on your own. So, did you have a support system? And I know sometimes when you go through things, it's just you and your will. So, did you have any kind of a support system?
Well, my support system, believe it or not, it came from my family and friends. Once they found out I was in recovery, any disappointment they had towards me or upset, it's like God erased it. And all of them was right there, like, what do you need? And I would tell them, I don't need nothing right now. Even though I ain't had no clothes, I ain't had nothing. I didn't want them to feel like they had to do stuff right there.
Like a pity party.
Yeah. I wanted to get my own self, not get my own self built up, but just go through the struggle because I know what I put them through.
Right.
But they was right there, just, kept me encouraged, especially my cousin Lisa. She's more like a sister, right? And she was like right there every step of the way, every step of the way. My nieces and nephews, my homies, um, Pig, Smooth, Gil, Lil Gil, Kev, these guys, my man Big Ron, these guys push me, my man Shannon, these guys push me to be the person that I am today.
You need your soldiers behind you, man.
Yeah.
need people to uplift you and let you know what you're doing is the right thing, because sometimes when you don't feel appreciated, it make you do things worse or better. Like we all feel like we got to prove ourselves to somebody for some reason.
And like being around my family and my friends, like my godmother and all of them, it's like I don't have to prove anything. Only thing, they just love to see me smile. They just love my silliness. You know, I'm real silly. I'm on TikTok acting a fool. You're like, why do you do that? Because I enjoy life. I missed so much when I was getting high. I was getting high over 20 something years. I, I'm playing catch up. So I'm just enjoying life to the
Enjoying life,
fullest.
being free.
Yeah, exactly. I'm free from bondage. I ain't got to look over my shoulder. Cops pull me over. The funny part about it now, sometimes the cops pull me over or they see me while they be like, hey, Gov, what you doing today? You got any softball games going on or having a cookout down the playground? You know, so this is a beautiful feeling.
It's a great feeling. Well, I
Yeah.
applaud you, bro.
Like my man right there, he was like, hey, man, I know you. He was in the hoop movie. I ain't never in my wildest dreams thought I would be on TV for a good thing.
That's why we putting this next movie together. We going after who I said?
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart. This gonna be Kevin Hart standing in the same way Kevin Hart used to be that Eddie Ice Cube. He gonna be on Kevin Hart neck.
Yeah.
We gonna talk it into existence.
We're gonna speak that. Kevin, I'm coming. Just know that wherever I know you saying this.
Hey, I want my percentage. Well, thank you, champ.
Hey
Thank you,
man,
thank you.
thank you for having me, man.
So to all your fans out there, because we gonna call them fans, because the ones that talk about you, they're your fans.
Hey, listen, y'all gotta check this Everything Philly. Y'all subscribe to it. Everything Philly podcast. Subscribe to it. I've got plenty of stories on there. I just went through the list. There's a lot of stories on there. And it's just like I said, man, I never have a problem. People used to be like, why you tell your business? Because I have no shame where I came from.
You're free.
Yeah, I have no shame. I'm happy where I'm at today.
You're free.
I have no shame where I came from.
You're free.
And can't nobody take me back.
You're free.
Exactly.
A lot of people don't understand that.
They don't understand it. They don't understand it.
Subscribe,
Like
follow,
and comment.
Peace.
Thanks, everybody.